Oh, it's Saturday again, isn't it? You guys didn't get to see it. Dizzy Chicken had some loose hardware in the little handle you pull down for the whacker. Basically, the whacker fell out, and we put that back together quick and easy. Lane number 5, 1-to-1. Lane number 20, 1-to-1. 20 also has some kind of ball detector issue. They say that they throw the ball and the machine doesn't cycle. It may not be related to the 1-to-1, but we're going to start there. So let's get some flashlights and maybe some ibuprofen, and we'll go down to lane 20. So we have another ball detector that visually triggers and looks fine, right? And if you're really quiet, you can trip that beam. You listen to the relay on the camera board. You can hear the relay in the camera board click, but the cycle relay up here in the circuit box isn't clicking. And what we did, I didn't get on camera again. I flip-flopped left lane and right lane pin setter control cables, and the problem stayed. So it's localized to this circuit box. You know, somebody had a very similar issue they were seeking help with on one of the Facebook pin setter groups, and so I shared one of the videos that I had made in the past. But in that case, the difference here is that the ball detector, the lights on the ball detector appeared to work perfectly fine, but we weren't getting any relay clicking at the camera board out front. We have that here. So we know our ball path from the ball detect to the camera board is good. What we don't have is our ball path from the camera board up to the circuit box. And I left my flashlights down there, so it's going to be a little dark in here. But there's 2 wires that go from that camera board out front to the cycle circuit, and there's another pair for power. It comes in on they usually scotch lock into the B and the C terminals, the Bravo and the Charlie terminals of your manager's control box. The other ones scotch lock into the reset button terminals. So what we can do, if we look down here, just going to follow our reset line. We have a wire nut, we have a scotch lock, so we've got green, and pardon the pin setter noise, this wire is coming over here, so green and white. I bet if we wiggle these wires a little bit, tug on them, and we go retest, it'll start cycling again. If not, you know, we can remake these wire ends. We'll take our scotch locks out of the circuit. Maybe we'll move it over to the wire nut here. Remove the scotch lock here, cut our wires, and then splice all 3 of those joints together. So let's retest real quick. Before we do that, before we hop back down, it would be fair, a good thing to note that I don't think it's the time delay module, because they know they've got reset button function up on the ball rack and on the back of the wire channel here at the back of the machine. So chances are pretty low that it's going to be the time delay module. So we've wiggled our wires around. Let's zoom in just a little bit. Oh man, they turned the lanes are turning on. Now I can't hear anything. Whoa, boy, this one was a chore so far, right? The snap ring on that was blown out. I had a really hard time getting the snap ring off. This is a jogger arm bearing. What? Yeah, our 4-to-1 housings obliterated. Pardon me, a 1-to-1 housing. I don't know what the condition of the 4-to-1 is, and that seems okay. I mean, the gear and the teeth. So we've got a rip down. We're ready to pull our assembly, but we're gonna drop the drip pan. Sorry, my brain. Drain the oil. Take 5 while the oil's draining. Pull this out. I'm not gonna do a lot of this on camera. You've seen a couple of 1-to-1 type things and some 4-to-1 stuff before, and the cycle linkage coming out. You know, no need to really repeat ourselves, but it's kicking my butt so far. Yeah, we're draining the oil, but yeah, survey says 4-to-1 bronze gear isn't looking so hot. Guess what we're not doing today? 4-to-1 bronze gear. That gasket surface looks really good. I don't know if, I mean, I don't feel any need to really pull out a file and check it. It feels beautiful. Yeah, pretty good feeler gauge with your fingers, right? No high spots, no ridges. I mean, we can pull a file out and file it and check it, but I mean, it feels beautiful. Oh yeah, you might be asking, why you got wood shavings in there? That's not wood shaving. Those are paint chips. From up there. Lead paint too. So that rake cam is kind of done for. And so is our brake cam follower bearing. It's seized up, so we're gonna replace that. Can you see that? It's got flat spots worn in it. Nice. So our 1-to-1 cam here is pretty worn. It's got a nice ridge going on in here. So we're gonna come in with well, we have a new 1-to-1 up there already. Yeah, look at that. All the way around. This side too. So, new cam follower. New moving deck cam follower shaft. This one's got a pretty decent groove in it. 1-to-1 cam on this one's probably not going to be reusable. You know, maybe the gear is, maybe the shaft is, but you know, it could be twisted. We don't know. So, usually it's better new gear, new shaft. We need a new housing, new plate, new cam. We could probably reuse that, the hub. But we're going to come in with a new rake cam. Well, not new, but in much better condition. New moving deck cam follower shaft. We got our gasket ready. Oil's been pulled out. They have some oil in the cabinet over there that we'll grab, but I'm going to stop talking. We need to bring parts back out. Alright, new 1-to-1's in. So we're going to start putting it back together. This thing is too nice for the rest of the machinery. Oh, I nearly forgot. This portion of today's video is brought to you by Coffee Can Part Supply. Coffee Can Part Supply. If you can't find it in the book, you can find it in the coffee can. So we got our new bearing in there. Spins nice and free. That's really good. Yeah, look at the other one. Let's see if we can get a bit of a close-up on it under some light here. Yeah, gross. So our next step is going to be our cycle linkage is coming back in. Detector's going to go back on. We're going to start putting all our little X pins back on. The one thing we don't have in this machine is any pins. So we're not going to be able to check our moving deck cable adjustment, but we can probably dry spot it, at least check our major adjustments and functions. So I'm not going to keep rolling the camera. I'm going to shut it off, stop talking, start working. Oh man, you're upside down. Hold on. I did a dumb. I put the crank arm on, or the sweep link, before I put the rake cam on. So now we have to take that apart. That's okay, not a big deal. There you go, that looks better, huh? Crank arm's on. We've kind of approximated our cam orientation for approximate 90 degrees. So get that back on, drop our detector in, and double check everything real quick. We got to get our moving deck and our scissor cable back on. Alright, let me get this light out of the way. Hold on. She won't relatch at 90 degrees now. Zoom out. This should relatch at 90. We force it, will. So our all of our adjustments have changed now. You guys kind of time traveled a little bit. It's all back together. The scissor cable is still not routed properly, but we're gonna get that back on. Moving deck cable's on, detector's in, cycle linkage is on. First ball, second ball, micro switch adjustment looks good. Our moving deck / scissors selector latch is kind of ballparked in there. We will need to probably, rather than adjust here on the rake shock, knowing that we had a bad bearing and a worn out cam, what we're gonna do, we're gonna loosen that set screw and we're gonna thread our rod in one turn. That should get us our gap back there in order to make that latch properly again. I'm not gonna do it on camera. They're open, people are bowling, it's loud. I'm just kind of bringing you back in every once in a while for the highlights. So she got some fresh oil and just kind of did a visual on everything one more time. I'm gonna turn it on and run it up to home. There's 0 pins in this machine. So they've got pins on order that should be here before next weekend. So we're gonna have to pump the brakes here. We're gonna get it to 0 so the table, the deck comes up and they can run the lane machine. And then when new pins come in, we'll restock, we'll check our deck cable adjustments, and a few various other operational things now that we have a new one-to-one installed. I will be stealing 1 pin from the lane next door so that I can go through an out of range cycle and get the scissors cable back on. I took it off willy-nilly. I did a flat blade screwdriver and I pried it off of the pulleys. Not the best way, but it's quick. Certainly can't do that to put it back on. But yeah, so we're gonna run out of range. So we'll make sure it detects out of range. This has an auto out of range kit, but we'll at least get the deck cable on and then get it back up to 0. Good, all right, rake cam is in time. Detector detects correctly. We had a out of range, correct detection, auto out of range kit works. We got our scissor cable back in. We have gearbox oil. Things are looking good, but we need pins in order to do a good moving deck cable adjustment. And cycle it, make sure first and second ball cycles are working properly. So we're gonna wrap it up here. We're done. We have been here literally for many, many hours. I'm not as necessarily as fast as I used to, and we had some extra challenges here. So another one done. One more to go that we know about, and we're short on pins. So we're gonna pump the brakes, pump the brakes, hit the brakes. I'm tired. I'm ready to go home. I need a shower, and I need to rehydrate. Well, let me just say, that's a good reminder to, you know, maybe clean as you go, and don't necessarily accumulate all of your tools all on the platform, because it got very crowded. And my socket rail fell off from about 6.5 feet in the air. And now I have to find all of the sockets. Like they're around here somewhere.